I'm on vacation, but that doesn't mean Ethan Klein needs to stop being cringe. I mean, he could just not be cringe. He could just not go after somebody's sponsors for like once in 1 week, but of course he continues to do that. And this time, I would even argue, I almost want to say Ethan Klein goes mask off in this moment, but he's already gone mask off so many times. This is just another example of him just going nuclear. I mean, I don't even know, man. Like, look, here's the thing, all right? When it comes to covering a topic over and over and over again, all right? If you're just going to say the same thing over and over again, that's cringe, all right? We get it, all right? Ethan Klein, we get it. He's an awful person. This, though, for some reason, it just hit me. I'm just like, what the... How is this guy going this mask off and nobody's, like, calling it out? Like, this guy's friends with so many other massive YouTubers. And he's openly calling another massive YouTuber, a sexual predator off of literally no basis. And now he's just going after, like, the livelihood, the sponsors, just like he did with the Keemstar. But the thing is that when he did it with Keemstar, that's a guy that nobody likes. I mean, I liked Keemstar at the time. You know, he's obviously things changed since then, and I no longer like Keemstar, but back then, I liked Keemstar. Nobody else liked Keemstar, all right? So when he goes after Keemstar sponsors, when he goes after his livelihood, everybody just gives him a pass because, well, we don't like Keemstar. Even if he's doing something that we're all unanimously against, you know, going after people's sponsors. Well, if he does it to Keem, all right, whatever, give him a pass. Now he's going after somebody that, I mean, I don't care for it. I don't give a fuck about James Charles, but a lot of people, especially a lot of people in the mainstream, they love this guy. But here's Ethan going after James Charles, and nobody gives a shit, dude. Nobody's calling it out. And again, I'm not a James Charles fan, obviously. Anybody who follows my channel knows that I could give a fuck about the makeup community or anything like that. I mean, it literally is like the bottom on the things that I give a fuck about. James Charles, I don't know. For all I know, he's probably a scumbag. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to his, you know, shenanigans. However, I did pay attention to the thing he had to issue a statement on when he was getting accused of grooming. And I've already done a video on that. You can check that out on my channel. It's what, some clip. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Go check it out. Whatever. And in the video, although I acknowledge that James Charles was an idiot for what he did, and if you don't know what he did, I'll give you a refresher in just a second, though he is an idiot, calling him a sexual predator, just openly, just right there, right fucking there. Little bit of a nuclear take, Ethan. Going after sponsors, really classy, dude. So if you don't know what happened, basically James Charles, he added a random fan back on Snapchat, engaged. First of all, he asked, as he puts it here, he added the person back, and right here he writes, this is quote, James Charles, I asked how old he was right away, and he told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. Later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and when I asked him to confirm his age once again, he admitted he was 16. I told him I was really uncomfortable and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continuing talking, saying it could be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point, I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. So that's what happened. He adds a random fan on Snapchat. You know, they talk. Immediately, though, he asks, he's like, look, are you 18? Guy says yes. They engage a little bit. Then later that day, James Charles is like, whoa, wait a second. Are you actually 18? And the guy's like, okay, I'll admit, I'm 16. And then obviously goes from shit from there. Now, what is James Charles guilty of? One, being a moron. Why would you add somebody randomly on Snapchat, especially like in a sexual manner? Just adding somebody randomly in general on Snapchat, terrible idea, all right? Add on like the sexual elements of the conversation. You're just setting yourself up to get fucked, all right? So he's an idiot for that. Secondly, he's an idiot for asking for not asking for ID or any sort of way to confirm the age. By simply asking like, hey, are you 18? The guy's obviously going to say yes because he's either there to fuck James over and bait him, or he's a genuine fan and he wants to talk to him. Either way, he's going to answer 18. So yeah, he's an idiot. Now, he's still a piece of shit. The original person here, not James, the original person is still a piece of shit for lying about his age and being deceptive. That being said, James should, you know, fully acknowledge that people are going to be deceptive, people are going to lie to him, and you have to, especially on the internet, you have to take the extra step to make sure people are the age that they're saying, especially when you're having conversations of this nature. So James, he's a moron. I don't know how you have 20 million subs and you're still adding random people on Snapchat. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? But whatever, all right, he's a moron. That being said, a sexual predator, huh? I'm going to need some more receipts on that, Ethan, because I don't know what makes him a predator. In fact, as a matter of fact, it's not even Ethan saying this. I mean, listen to this clip from Keemstar right here.
James Charles is acting recklessly. He's acting very stupid. He's acting like a predator on social media, going after these kids nonstop, going after these fans. And let's be honest, if he goes after a fan and says, hey, what is your age? They know if they say under 18, he's going to stop talking to him.
He's acting like a predator on social media. I don't know what kind of predator asks for the fucking age of the person they're talking to. That doesn't really make much sense. I don't know why we can't just condemn James Charles for being an idiot. I don't know why we have to kick it up like 20 notches and make it out like, oh, well, he's not just an idiot. He's a pedo, or he's a predator, or he's a rapist, or just something that's a little bit more spicier than just he's an idiot. What happened in the days of the internet where we could just shit on people just on the basis of them being a moron? Why can't we just do that? No, we gotta kick it up a notch. We gotta just be purposely disingenuous and lie. I mean, this tweet by Ethan is literally a lie. Anyone who has no idea what he's talking about is just gonna look at this and be like, oh, Ethan Klein saying he's a sexual predator? Damn, I guess he did something recently. I guess he diddled a kid or something, because there's how many stories happen where YouTubers are accused of, and quite often guilty of, diddling kids or something like that, or being rapists or doing something along those lines. No. Ethan's not going to be that fucking, honest with you. He's not going to tell you what actually happened. No, he's going to make nuclear, disingenuous, outright slanderous tweets like this, and make that the basis of why companies should cease working with James Charles. Again, I don't give a fuck about James Charles. It doesn't matter who's in the situation. It could be James Charles, it could be Keemstar, it could be Bob from down the street, all right? It doesn't take away from the fact that this is still a fucked tweet to make, and this is nuclear coming from Ethan. Holy shit. And again, all these big YouTubers that are friends with Ethan, of course, they're never going to call this guy out because, why would they? And to be fair, talking about Keemstar has been very clear that he doesn't support going after sponsors. He's made a Twitter video talking about it, and how while he thinks James Charles is a predator, James Charles should not be losing his sponsors. So, I mean, yeah, Keem's still a bit Weasley there for, literally calling him a predator, but, I mean, hey, at least he's not going the extra mile. I mean, Jesus. If I have to cut any amount of slack I can, I mean, there you go. That's a little bit, I guess. It's just so funny to me how Ethan pretends to give a fuck about sexual predators when he promoted a guy that's been accused of, sending CP to other streamers. That's right, I'm talking about BritBong. I mean, Ethan Klein had no issue promoting BritBong's video on Keemstar, but hey, you know what? We'll promote BritBong, even though that guy's, probably sent CP to other streamers, and probably is, engaged in all kinds of other degeneracy of all sorts. We'll promote that guy and I guess, use him as a weapon against Keemstar, who we don't like at the time. But now, all of a sudden, we care about sexual predators like James Charles. We care about them so much, we're even making up sexual predators to go after. None of the story makes any sense. Fuck Ethan Klein. I mean, can we just say that? All right, Ethan Klein is just so snaky and disingenuous, and now he's going full mask off on Twitter because he knows the only people that are going to be here are the same old people. Me, Nick DiOrio, maybe Bo Blacks, maybe Turkey Tom. It's the same group of people. No big YouTuber is going to come out and be like, outside of the commentary community, of course, maybe Optimus will or some shit. But it's like, no big YouTuber, like, I don't know, who are the people in his circle? Eddie Burback, or, I don't know, dude. I'm just throwing out names here. It's not like these people are going to be like, whoa, dude, chill the fuck out, dude. Calm the fuck down. They probably think James Charles is a sexual predator, too, because he got lied to. That's not what sexual predators are. But I mean, hey, you guys already know this shit. Fuck Ethan Klein, really. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna go back to enjoying myself. Actually, honestly, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. I'll talk to you guys later.